Hi guys, happy Friday. My name's Jen. I'm the founder of Always and Forever, and I am here. I've got Mr. George with me. I do these Friday night lives really for a way for you guys to get to know me, get to know my little furry family. I've got Lucy behind me. I've got Louie. I've got Lena over here. Can you guys say hello? Say hello. Oh, it's a party. It is. They are my cutest. Every single one is a rescue from. It's a very, very cute party. And then we'll come over here, introduce you to the rest of the family. I've got beautiful Zizi over here. And you know what? You know what, guys? We'll just give you guys a tour. This is the wall of protection, which does nothing because George can jump over. He can jump over the door to the kitchen. And then we've got Bianca over here. This is also my beautiful, beautiful rescue. She's just not super friendly. There's no other way to say that. I would say that George was labeled feral and Bianca was not. Somebody got that wrong. And the very first animal that has ever sent me to the hospital was my cat, Bianca, saved from Wichita Animal Shelter, and honestly, wouldn't do life without her. She is. Come on, George. Come on up, everybody. Okay, you coming up? Okay. So, here's George. Happy Friday. Again, just calling these Friday Night Lives. Don't know what to call them. Super, super, super amazing stuff going on in our rescue every single day. And to those that wake up every morning and join me as I wake the pups up, you have now seen our little red barn renovation with the suites, and it's so exciting because it gives them peace. It gives them a quiet room where they don't see people coming and going and one person tales from the couch. I like that, Amy. Thank you. Friday night tales from the couch with my furry friends, my furry family members. We've got George here. I talk with my hands a lot, and he likes to bite hands sometimes. So we shall see how that is. Starting off with a bang. Guys, last week, we started the super cool jacket giveaway club. I purchased these just as gifts of thank you to so many friends. And there's so many more people I would have loved to have given them to. And I basically ran out of money. But I had some extra jackets. Instead of selling them, we want to give them to you guys. So we put up a post last week as a chance to win this amazing blue, large, cool kid jacket. Don't even know what to call it. They're not for sale. Becky Collins, you have won this jacket. We are going to tag you, get this to you. But this week, don't worry, we have another opportunity. This week we have a really cool gray one, and it's small. It's not small, it's literally a small. The one that I'm wearing is a medium, it's a black. But this week's giveaway is a gray, and it says, Always and Forever, no kill, no kennel. Be a part of the movement, believe. That's who we are. That's what we do. Guys, we go all in on faith. We go all in on hope, and it's just so amazing to see, to sit here and think of where we started. There's a lot. I don't know if you guys saw the post. There's a couple posts going around about I don't even know how to say this because I don't like to shame and blame organizations I don't know, but what I'll speak to with this is, if you're a small shelter and you feel overwhelmed and you feel like you can't get any funding and you feel like Sally's saying hi to you and you feel like you're stuck, I hope that you know inside your soul, guys, we were small once too. We were literally nothing. We started from nothing. We had no funding, no grants, no followers, no donors. We had me. We had an old horse barn, and we had a dream. And in so many cases, you kind of can get swept up in the overwhelming, I don't want to say nightmare, but in the overwhelming anxiety and exhaustion of rescue where there's not enough funds, you know, there's not enough space, animals are dying. But I say this all the time, guys, what you focus on, where attention goes, energy flows. So what you focus on is what's going to come back to you. And so what do we focus on? We focus on what we can do in this moment, in this life, right now, that's in our control. That's it. There are so many things that are not in our control. And I've shared this before, and a really good friend of mine, probably 4 years when I first started this rescue and I was feeling super overwhelmed, she took a piece of paper and she drew a circle. And she put my name in the middle. She put Jen, Always and Forever. So here we got this one circle here. And then she drew another circle. And it was, let's say, Wichita Animal Shelter, where thousands of dogs and cats die each year. Here's a circle over here. And then there was another circle, which is, you know, a pound, a rural pound, and another circle, you know, and funding and all this other stuff. And then one big circle around all these other circles. And my little circle had like tons and tons of circles around it. What was the point behind this? The only thing I can ever control is within my circle, which is me, my actions, my reactions. That's it. I can't change the world other than what I put out into this universe, no matter, but I can pray and I can act upon those prayers, and we can walk in faith together. But if we let all the other overwhelming things that God has control of, that was the big circle. That's his job. When we try to do God's job, we can't do it. Now, we can have God-sized prayers, we can have God-sized dreams, and we can trust and pray and walk in faith that our actions, our reactions are going to produce those dreams and make them become a reality. Why? Because they're in line with making the universe better. So when you feel overwhelmed, if you're a little bitty shelter, if you're struggling with funds, guys, we've been there. I remember sitting down with Jane in 2019, and we literally were like, we don't even know how we're going to keep our doors open, because I had maxed out every single one of my personal credit cards. I couldn't take out any more loans, and I was in debt. I was in debt close to $1 million opening this rescue up. And what happened? The very next year, I got a promotion, I got a raise, I got a bonus, and then it just kept going. When we hit COVID, when the whole world shut down, when everyone had lost sight of hope, that's actually when we started to shine, because every morning people could look to Always and Forever and say, hey, Jen's waking up the dogs, or, you know, Megan's with, you know, the little gray bar, wherever. I don't even know who was here in 2020 at that point. Beth's with the dogs. And it was just, Craig was on the road. Judy was on the road. Julie was with, you know, making sure that we were getting our animals taken care of. Beth's with the cats. And it was just amazing. Because what did we do? We focused on what was in our control. And that was the animals God has given us the privilege, the honor, and the joy to take care of. And I wish, if I had one goal in my entire life, it would be to help people understand and know that shelters can be different. That when you walk into a shelter, you can walk out feeling with your heart more full than when you went in. Because so many times you walk in a shelter and you just leave sad and sick that you can't take them with you. And nobody can adopt every single dog and cat in the world. You just can't. It's not even legal. But what we can do is we can create the most beautiful, amazing shelters that just vibrate love. And they vibrate hope. And when we focus on that, when we focus on what we can change, what we can do right now, for even if it's just for one individual soul, even if it's just a prayer, then that's what we're putting out. And that's what's going to come back to us. So start small, start where you are, and reach out. Reach out to Always and Forever. Reach out to anybody that's successful and say, hey, what did you do that's successful that I could potentially copy and do it again too? Because the very best rescues, I will say this all the time, the very best rescues, the very best shelters, if their motives are pure, they will want you to succeed too. They will spend time talking to you. People did it with me. Some of the best people spent some time with me, and that's the whole thing. Share what you know, because that's what's going to live on beyond all of us. Every single one of us has a limited time on this earth. So it's up to us to make the most of it. And he's watching my hands too. Here, you want to say hi? And if we don't do everything we can to make these guys' lives just as good, then what are we doing? Why are we here? And that's Always and Forever in a nutshell. I started talking, I don't even remember what I was talking about, But I'm going to get that jacket post up. It's a small gray one because we want you to be proud of, I hope you're proud of what we've become. I hope every single day we live up to the expectations that we seek to meet and to exceed. I think I say this to my staff all the time. You know, it's not, I don't ever expect perfection. I expect excellence. Excellence in standard of care, excellence in love, excellence in work ethic, excellence in motives and hope in everything. Everything you do, if you're going to do something, be excellent at it. Go all in. Go all in on faith. Go all in on hope. Go all in whatever makes your heart want to beat. And do it. Do it every day and find joy. Find joy in the little moments. So we've got a lot going on. We've got our RV. Guys, we put the down payment on. It is happening. It is real. We are bringing a vet on our staff 2026. It's already a magical year. Why? Not because of what's going to come, but because of who we are. Because of the faith that we have had to get us to where we are right now to say, if we can do it, you can do it. And we want to bring this RV not just for our animals here, but for the community. So what we're going to have are these community days. And what can happen here is a company can sponsor one community day. It'll be $3,000 and the entire day. Everyone that signs up for an appointment, it will be 100% donation based, but sponsored by the company. And then at the end of the day, we'll write up everything that our vet was able to do. We'll have people take a photo together, and then we'll frame that photo so that the company can keep that on the wall and know the very direct, immediate impact that they had on that day. And it's not just about a rescue animal. It's about animals who are loved in homes where people need help. I don't know about you guys, but when I have fallen on hard times financially, been there, done that, it sucks, and it is really, really hard sometimes when you're at your lowest to ask for help. And so we don't want to make people ask. We want to offer. Let's be that help that people need without having to feel even worse than they already are. And everybody's different, and it's just about saying, okay, we're all in this one single life together. Oh, he high-fived me in the hand with claws. Let's take care of each other. And let's do it without judgment, without shame, without blame, without expectations. And let's be who they think we are, which is just the most amazing people. They wake up every day, and all I do is feed them breakfast and let them out and clean. And I'm the greatest person on earth to them. And the joy that these animals give me, and I hope is shared with you guys on these videos. God, that's priceless. So tonight's is a little bit shorter because I don't have too many updates other than it's happening. And thank you. Our very first $50,000 at the RV is going to be matched, and we have about $400,000 to raise. It's just amazing, guys. We can do this. We have moved mountains together. How does it start? One step, one single step at a time. So what else is going on? Okay, so the second part of the RV that is a really big part of fundraising for us, if you have the ability to do it, nothing, and I know this is so selfish of me, nothing gives me more joy than me driving my personal RV with all of my dogs and cats on it. How big they are, how beautiful they are. We're going to do the exact same thing with our St. Francis mobile vet RV. It's $7,500 to have your legacy pet blown up and huge on the RV. And literally that's what people see. And down the road, they stop me every time I'm at a Walmart, at a gas station. They always come up and talk to me because it makes you smile. So if you want your pet to be a legacy, not only in helping Always and Forever Rescue community with the RV and others, but just to lighten people's heart and to see your animal live on beyond the years that they were here to fill your life with joy. To me, $7,500, it's worth it. Throw it on a credit card. That's what I do. So and then eventually it gets paid off. But if you can't, we have a really cool opportunity, and I'll put a post up after this. Actually, two opportunities. One is, it's kind of a raffle. So there are 75 chance. I don't even know how to say this. 75 tickets, $100 each. So your odds of winning and having your pet on the RV are 1 in 75, unless you buy 5 tickets. Now, we didn't let someone buy 74 tickets. That way they cornered the market on it. And then the one poor person who bought one has a very small chance. But so you can, if you're going to donate $100 and you want a chance at winning your pet being on the RV, that's another opportunity too. And then the last one is we're going to put a post up, and if you just like it, comment, and you follow our page, tag 10 people on it, and every week, it's for the next 6 weeks, you could be a winner to have your pet on there for free. So that way everybody gets an opportunity to share their animals' love, because who doesn't want to see their beloved pet driving along in an RV that's hoping to change and inspire the world to do better, to be better, and to simply just love and care for everyone on this earth. And that's always and forever. It's going out to the rural pounds that nobody knows about, that don't even want you there, that literally try to kick and force you out, and you say, no, we're not going. No, I get you don't want us, but these animals need us, and we will do it all for free. We will be here every single day for year after year after year until you sell it to us, or we take it over, or somebody else steps in, because once we know that we have to do something because nobody else is, we can't look the other way, because then they suffer. And there are so many little rural towns and really good people trying to make a change that need all of our help. And that's why when people get so crazy mad at us that, oh my God, why aren't you helping the animals in Miami County more? Why aren't you helping the animals in Paola, our surrounding cities here? Why are you helping Oklahoma? Why are you helping Texas? Whatever. Guys, who cares where the animal came from? Do you care where your neighbor came from? Because I sure don't. I don't even know what counties around here. It does not matter. What matters is if we have space, if we have the ability to care for them, if we have the environment that works for them, then we do it. That's it. We don't judge based off of medical. We don't judge based off of age or breed. We judge based on the ability for us to provide them the very best care. Not because of county, not because of state, not because of contracts. Now, we do have an open intake shelter in the city of Osawatomie. Why? Because that was the little rural pound I was talking about that we had to force our way in. And now it's a beautiful relationship to show cities and rescues can work together, and that people all across the world can help the itty bitty cities that don't have the funds for the ability to take care of the animals the way people want them to. So we just say, okay, well, we'll all come together. I'll give a little here, you give a little there, and we find a way. And that's it. It's coming together and finding a way. It's not saying, okay, well, I can't do it. I'm not from there. That damn rescue over in Miami County, they should do it because they've got money. They should put the rest. Well, you know what? Guys, I don't work for Always and Forever. I'm a full-time lawyer, and I started this not knowing a single thing about how to take care of dogs, how to run a nonprofit, how to do any type of service contracts with the city. And when people say you have to be in rescue, and there was so much bias from some of them, not all. Please know there was a lot of bias in the rescue community. Oh, you're new. You shouldn't. They're brand new. Don't trust them. They're brand new. Whatever. Who cares? Who cares what your background is? Who cares what experience you have? If you love animals and you want to be a part of rescue, be a part of rescue. Nothing is stopping you. The only thing that is stopping you are the limitations that you put on yourself. And everything about Always and Forever is stepping outside of what everybody defines as shelters and standards and say, they deserve more. They deserve better. Why? Because when I look at the couch that I have in front of me and behind me, if you look at my couch, Lena was deemed aggressive and going to be put to sleep. She was chained outside the very first year of her life. She's probably 2 years old. Deemed aggressive. This is the most gentle dog in the whole world that lets a cat walk on her face and slap her. Lucy and Louie, they were almost killed in a hurricane. Z, my itty bitty pitty over there, she was going to be put to sleep at Wichita for being heartworm positive, having allergies, as well as tons of mast cell tumors over her. George was found in a raccoon trap in the city of Osawatomie. We thought he was feral. Turns out he's not. George loves people. George loves dogs. George hates my other cat. So if I think about them, and if you look at your home and you think about the animals that you have in there, or the animals that you've loved, or animals that you love that maybe aren't in your home, what would you want for them? Can you imagine them in a dark, awful pound with moldy food, no water, no windows, and no one that could figure out a way to show them that they cared, because they weren't allowed in? And so what do we do? Okay, well, we can't change the world, but what can we change? The things that are in control, go back to that circle. We force our way in. It wasn't easy, and you do it the right way. You do it, offering help, not demanding change, offering to actually physically be the change. Hey, I'll go there. Hey, we'll staff this. Hey, we will go walk these dogs. Hey, we'll provide all the food. We'll do the fundraising. We'll promote them on social media. And then you do it baby step by baby step by baby step. And all of a sudden, here we are 7 years later, and the Osawatomie shelter is now filled from a past of pure pain and torture and death. It's filled with hope, and there's lighthouses all along the lane, and it's Lighthouse Village, and it's literally redefining how we think shelters should be run, with decompression, tiny homes for these dogs and these cats to enter into our care, and not enter into fear, but enter into peace, and say, it's going to be on your time. It's not going to be on our time. We're not going to set these standards that you have a date that you need to be adopted by. Otherwise, we'll put you to sleep. Now, there are many shelters that have that length of stay. They look at that length of stay. And in larger shelters, that's actually important, because their quality of life starts to decline. Why? Because anxiety goes up. They're not being walked. They're not being, they're not being socialized. So sure, length of stay goes up. Anxiety goes up. Behavioral issues go up. Euthanasia goes up. So what do? We put in suites. We put in tiny homes. We are never a rescue. That we have never euthanized a single animal for space or for the time that they have been in our care. We have sanctuary in our name for a reason. Why? Because every soul has value. And if you put a time limit, if you put an expiration, then you're basically saying they're inventory, they're old, they're expired, and you make them a statistic and you euthanize them. So to take a step back and say, hey, okay, sure, you guys, you preach a lot. Well, what are you doing about it? There's larger problems, spay and neuter. Sure, okay. Guess what? We're buying an RV, we're hiring a vet, and we're going to have spay and neuter clinics too. And we're going to open it up to the community, and we're going to help stop the breeding of animals, especially for people that don't know and understand that too, because there are many accidental litters as well, especially in rural areas. So step by step, we keep focusing on what we can change, and slowly but surely, we hope that we don't only change our world, but we inspire others to change their world too. Guys, I was $1 million in debt, and I pulled myself out of it, not because I did anything too, but because I kept showing up, and we kept following the path that God kept leading us on. And if we're going to have dreams that are so dang big that only God can make them come true. And that's Always and Forever. That's Homestead East. That's our Spring Hill Homestead. That's our lighthouses. That's the Little Wichita Barn. That's our mobile vet, St. Francis RV. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. I could talk forever. I know there's a lot to talk about too, but tonight, like I said, watch for the post. It's a small gray jacket, super cool. And to Becky Collins, you won the blue one. So if you want the jacket, like, follow, tag 10 friends and share it. And then we'll have another jacket for the next week until I run out. And like always, I think I forgot to say it when I started. Guys, thank you. Because this doesn't exist without your love, without your faith, and without your support. And there are so many people behind the scenes. It's not just me. You see me in the mornings. If you follow us, you see me in the mornings. I get the joy and the privilege and the honor to wake them up every day. But so many people do the work behind the scenes, the applications, the adoptions, the fosters, the background checks, the vet checks, the medical, the drives, not only the freedom drives, but the vet drives. It's endless. It's amazing. The building, the construction, the operations, the finances. Oh my goodness. The crazy faith that it takes to continue when you know that literally nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. We don't have grants. We don't. Our numbers aren't big enough. With those goes to big shelters. We have faith. We have hope. And we keep going. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday evening. I already forgot Tales from the Couch. Amy, what you said, that was Friday night, whatever it is. Thank you for joining. Just got slapped by George because I talk with my hands, so I got to keep them high. And I will see you if you wake up early with the dogs tomorrow morning. From the bottom of my heart, like always, guys. Thanks again. Have a great evening.